Another fantastic night in Saraland's historic season. We told you Hal Sherrick would try to get head coach Jeff Kelly, the winning coach of the Spartans. And Hal, he is with you now.
That's right, Joe. Coach Jeff Kelly is here. And, Coach, what a game. I mean, you mentioned before, we ran a soundbite of yours saying this is going to be electric, get here early. This is what high school football is all about. And, man, did your fans show up or what?
You know, they showed up. We got off the bus at, maybe 10 after 5. And, our side was full. Half of their side was full. Can't say enough about our fans. They were loud. They were a big part of the football game all night. And the way our kids competed, as a coach, what more can you ask for? Had some adversity, had some tough things. And as you would expect, we're playing Spanish Fort at their place to last week in November. It's hard to come over here and win, and I'm proud of our guys for finding a way.
And you had a couple injuries. You talked about overcoming some of that adversity. You had a couple injuries in the first half of this game. Senior quarterback Chris Weaver scoring two running touchdowns close to the goal, fourth down on one of them, if not both of them.
Yeah,
but
they were.
I mean, what a showing by your guys. I mean, they have just come together as a group and shown that hunger you mentioned.
They don't know when to quit. They got so much fire. They got so much passion. They love to practice, and they love to compete. When you turn the lights on, you step between the lines. They're going to tee it up, and when they do that, we're going to have a chance to win. And so I'm tickled to death to be a part of them. So proud to be a part of, our school and our program, and the growth that we've all been a part of over the last 3 or 4 years has just been tremendous. And but the thing is, we got to enjoy it. We got to enjoy it, and we'll regroup tomorrow and start getting ready for next week.
And get ready for Clay Chalkville, sounds like.
Absolutely.
Right.
We'll learn a lot about them, obviously, in the next few days. But we're tickled to death to have that opportunity.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Congratulations. There you heard it from Coach Jeff Kelly. What a season for those Spartans. Right, I'm going to send this right back to you, Joe. I know you got a lot more to get to tonight.
We definitely do, Hal. Thanks a lot for all your great and hard work this season. We truly appreciate it. All right, so that game featured 2 of our local teams, Saraland and Spanish Fort. Another one featuring Jackson at St. Paul's in the Class 5A semifinal. Michael Brannon was there, and Michael joins us now live. Michael, this one ended a while ago. What can you tell us?
Yeah, it sure did, Joe. There's no doubt about that. But before we get to the ending of that, let's get to the first half highlights. The St. Paul Saints looking to remain number 1 in 5A, hosting the Jackson Aggies. Early first quarter action, St. Paul's up on the board with a field goal from Wilson Beaverstock. Saints up 3-0. Jackson with possession now. DeMarcus Williams. The shotgun finds Antonio Fox for the 30-yard pass, giving the Aggies great field position. And 2 plays later, Williams hands off to Michael Phillips, who runs it up the middle for the Aggies' touchdown. Now on the board with 7 after the extra point. St. Paul's would answer. Quarterback Christian Mosley with the handoff to Bobby Edmonds, who gains about 40 yards on the play. And hey, that gives him the chance to run it up the gut to put the Saints up over the Aggies heading into the locker room. Saints leading 10-7 at E.E. Delaney Memorial Stadium. And the St. Paul Saints improve to 14-0. Jackson falls to 11-3. The final score of this one, 31-21. I spoke with head coach Steve Mask after the game. On this big win over Jackson, just overall thoughts on the game so far. You guys played so hard tonight.
Well, both teams, every time they would punch, we would counter punch, then we would punch, and they would counter punch. It was 2 terrific football teams with a lot of great tradition going at each other. And, I can't say enough about our assistant coaches and our players for the job they did tonight. And my congratulations to Coach Danny Powell for a great year. They came down here, and it wasn't over until the final horn went off. But it was a great high school football game. We're just tickled to be going to Auburn.
You guys earlier in the year beat them 34-14. And, what do you have to say about your team beating them second time around?
Well, that seems like it's been eons ago, and we really didn't talk about a rematch, that kind of factor. It had to be mentioned because we had played, because of what we've done. But, we just focused on tonight at one time. And, the regular season went away 4 weeks ago, and so we've tried to just put that season behind us and focus on what we had going on tonight.
Talk about the last drive, 4th and 10 from the 11 and punching it in. That's clutch.
Well, it's clutch because the clutch player took it in, but the offensive line did a great job. We didn't hesitate going for it. We felt like we'd have a hard time stopping them, but we want to make them go the full length of the field and give Austin credit and give our offensive line credit.
14-0 on the season. How does that feel going into Auburn next week?
Trying to go 1-0. That 14-0's gone. We're trying to go 1-0 right now.
Very good. Thanks, Coach. We appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
And that clutch player that he was talking about there was Austin McPherson. Austin McPherson, that clutch player, making the touchdown run there. The Saints, again, winning this one 31-21. You wouldn't know it right now. It's very quiet. Everybody is left. But earlier, a huge, huge celebration on the field. And they're going to Auburn next week for the state championship. And we'll be there to bring it all to you here on Fox 10 News. Joe?
Looking forward to that, Michael. Captain Football, we call him. He was at the South game earlier today. All right, here's the other 5A semifinal matchup. Madison County, Pleasant Grove. The game was tied at 28 when Madison County hit a field goal to win it 31-28. So here's that 5A championship matchup. St. Paul still undefeated. Madison County with 3 losses. Thursday night at 7. Let's look at the tail of the tape between these two teams. Offensively, both averaging in the 30s, but St. Paul's defense just so stellar, not even letting up double digits per game. Pretty incredible. Up next on First and 10, we are heading back to Old Shell Road, where UMS Wright played for a spot in the 4A finals. We'll also see how Washington County did on their road trip to Elba. Highlights and scores when First and 10 rolls on.